Okay, you remember me, the guy that said he was gonna do stuff and then didn't get back to you for a while, even though he said he wasn't gonna do that? Well, he's back. So, I've been learning a lot of things about game development and ChatGPT and LLMs that I want to share with all of you. So, I'm finished with the actual MOBA template. It's free, it's on the website, it's available to download. If you want, you can also just download the build of the actual game that I generated along with it. It works. So I want to kind of go over how I used ChatGPT, and I want to provide you with all of the prompts and everything that went with it. I had an ebook. I had it up for sale. It was a small ebook. Anyway, nobody bought it. So I'm just going to give it to you for free. And in there, it has all the prompts and basically a step-by-step process on what to do and how to get a game typed this way through Unreal Engine. So I did this in 5 phases, and each phase I made a discovery, and I'll just give you where things started to get interesting. I realized that Unreal Engine takes Python scripts, which is really cool because they only need to run once and they do things for you. So what I discovered is that ChatGPT or your LLM of choice, preferably something like Gemini or Claude or even Copilot, anything that can generate code for you, that can give you Python code, it can access the Unreal Engine documentation, and it can code you what you want it to do. That was really cool to discover. So, 5 phases. The player spawning phase. So I asked it to write me a Python script that would give me the player spawning actor. And I was able to place it into the world. And it spawns a new player. Basic stuff. But I wanted to know, could it generate me a blend space or something like that? I forgot that it was called blend space, so I accidentally was like referencing an aim offset, like if you were making a shooter, and that's not right. But what I discovered in this entire conversation, which is really cool, is that if you have the animations already made and you put everything together, it can generate you a script that will then take all your animations that you have stored, and it will put it together in a blend space for you. This was really cool. We're going to return to that later. So the big thing here was to get the minions to work, or the creeps, or whatever you want to call them, how you go about doing it. Now, in this example, the minions are using a simple AI move 2 to get to their goal, right? So they are all possessed by a minion controller, and they get spawned into the world. There's probably a more efficient way of doing it than just having all of them get spawned with a different minion controller. There's probably a lot of actors. They all die after a certain time, but you're meant to like fight them to engage them. So I think that as they exist in the world and you as the player engages them and they're dying, it won't be so bad. But I'm gonna have to think of a better solution for this. Anyway, I prompted the entire thing, right? Spawning the minion, the health and everything. And in doing so, I learned about a concept that Unreal has that it's a special component that you can make. This component is called an interface, and interfaces are super cool because you can make one and give it to multiple actors, and it has an empty function, and you can in each actor define that function to do something different, right? So if they all have if they all take damage, or they all swing a sword, or they all have health, you can pass it through with interfaces. You can also make a component, just your own component, which is what I actually ended up doing. I made a actor component, BPC underscore health, I believe is what I named it. And the component is also really cool because you can just add it. You can define it once, and you can add it to the actor. So this component has a max health, current health, and what happens when you take damage and die. And then you can just give it to any actor that does those things. So the player does those things, the creep does those things, the enemy player hero does those things. That was really cool. So anyway, I had the lanes that were already made, right? I had the team IDs, everything was good. So I had to make the actual enemy hero, which is a copy of the player. But this meant I had to go in and make my own AI tree. So again, I prompted the ChatGPT to ask what was the best way. Now, it's not going to give you a behavior tree. It can give you an example, but it will straight up tell you, almost like a tutorial style, how to kind of integrate everything. And I put it together from there, which was really cool. So it gives you all the blackboard values, it gives you everything. All of that I will link on the site, and you should probably see it on screen. But all that information will be available to you for free. Put it out and you'll be able to download it. Now, all of this was working as I intended it to. Put it together. So this is where I kind of got experimental. I wanted a script or something. I wanted to see if I could automate a couple processes here. So I made a couple of empty actors, just empty, and all they're doing is serving as placeholders. So I'm just using their locations, and at their locations, I had it write me a script that would just spawn the actors that I needed at those specific locations. So if it was like an empty lane actor, a lane would spawn. If it was a hero actor, a hero would spawn. And if it was like a lane start or something, it would spawn, and so forth. So that was really cool. I'm gonna also include those Python scripts available on the site, so you guys can get those freely. But that was essentially what it was. And so I had this new workflow that I wanted to use, and I can use it now to not just make this kind of game, but to make many other games, which I already started doing. So that's kind of the long and short of it. So I have the basic version of this template on the site. You can download it for free through my store link. That link will also be in the description, along with the ebook that I had written. And you guys can download it and do whatever you want, make whatever games you want. I am going to be making a premium version of this that you can also purchase on the site. That's coming soon. That's gonna have a lot more features, and it's gonna be really cool because I'm gonna do some really special stuff with that one. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of it. The MOBA template is complete. It's out there. It's on the GitHub. It's on the free version. You can download the Git. You can download the free version on my store, along with a demo version of the actual game. And have fun. Good luck. I'll see you in the next one. We're going to talk more about context engineering and what it has to do with MOBA, with making games in general. So I'll see you then. You guys have a good one.